Welcome. My name is Thomas, and what I do is I help individuals who in this industry already of income tax preparation who ready to shift from working for a company to being their own tax service, get started, and I also help individuals who interested in learning how to prepare individual income taxes, get a glimpse of what that looks like and what that'll take for them before they make an investment in someone's tax program before getting started. And so I've been in this industry for the last 18 years. The last 12 was business owner. And so that's what I specialize in doing for individuals who are in this industry or looking to get into this industry. And so I'm going to go through the five filing statuses and just basically give you some information concerning each one and some real world situations that may occur that you won't learn in a classroom. And so the first one is single. Single people can't have children. So for people who have children, it don't necessarily mean you qualify to be head of household. And so when it comes to single mothers or single fathers or married couples with children, the case is this: having children don't automatically make you head of your household. It's based on other variables that play a role when it comes to determining your filing status. So the big difference between single versus head of household may be that you might live with another family who works, who files a tax return. And if that family who works and files a tax return you live with happen to be the leaseholder, and on top of that, they generate more income than you, then they are considered head of household. And that's the status they probably used to filing anyway. And so only one filing status per address can be done, especially when you're using the same filing statuses for the same address, but with different family household members filing a tax return. And so that's the thing. When it comes to being single, you can have children because you may be working, you might be getting outside support from family and friends, or it may not be, but the whole point is single people who file a tax return with children will still qualify for the earned income credit, the additional tax credit, the child tax credit, based on the children's ages. And so it doesn't really too much change things when it comes to single versus head of household, unless we're talking about a person who makes $25,000 or better, and those type of situations where you over a certain dollar amount, then yeah, head of household status will probably give you a slight larger refund coming back if you get one coming at all, opposed to the single filing status. Because when it comes to filing single versus head of household, the tax rate you pay based on filing statuses vary. So a single person is going to pay a higher tax rate than a head of household person, and a head of household person will pay a higher tax rate than a married filing joint person. And so that's how that works when it comes to filing a tax return and paying taxes on whatever money you may have after they do your basic standard deduction or your itemized deduction to see what your AGI is left with, which is any income minus any adjustments will equal your net income for the year, which is the tax proportion that you'll pay taxes on. And so that's how that basically works when it comes to that. So like I said, head of household is another level from being single, because now head of household has some requirements to see if you qualify to be head of household. And so head of household deals with the income level you make, and it deals with, do you pay more than 50% of the cost to keep it up the place where you live at. And so that's a key factor. You know, you might, like I say, you might be living with a family who filed a tax return, you filed a tax return, but you not the leaseholder, you live with them, and so they make more money than you, they pay 50% or more of the upkeep of the place that y'all both living together. And so the filing status they qualify for as head of household, yours would be single, and that's how that works. But if you were to file a head of household and they filed a head of household, it could come back to a situation where one of you or both might get a letter stating that y'all must prove who's head of household for this particular address. You know, don't really hear much of that, but that's the possible situation that can happen. So the next filing status, other than the two I just mentioned, of single and head of household, is married filing jointly. And that's for people who live together, who are married. And so on the last day of the year, if you are married, that's the filing status you are able to use on your upcoming tax return. But you have situations where a husband and wife may live together but choose to file married filing separately. And so in those type of situations, if you have any children involved, then you don't get any credits at all. And so this is the worst scenario to have when you have children involved, is file married filing separately, because you don't get no EIC, you don't get no additional tax credit, you don't get no income credit, you get no credits whatsoever when you use a married filing separate status. So that's the worst filing status out of the 5 that you can be using, especially if you got children that normally would qualify you for all the different credits that they do based on children and age and income. And so that's how it works when it comes to married filing jointly. And the most common reasons married filing joint couples don't file together anymore is because the money. The money is not distributed evenly, and so they get to a point where they feel a certain way during tax season about not being able to get their portion of the refund, and so they decide to file their own separate returns and let it fall where they fall when it comes to results they're going to get by filing separately. And so that's the most common reasons why married couples live together file separately, is because it's a situation where in the past, the refunds that were generated weren't distributed evenly between the two, and so they decided to just file their own and take it from there. Like I say, married filing separately is the next one, which is the worst filing status you can use, especially if you have children. But if your children are all grown and you're not filing no way, then it's no big deal, because there's no credits that that's going to be in jeopardy of not being able to qualify for it with a married filing separate situation. And so married filing separately, you can still be married, you can both be living together, but like I said, you choose to file a separate return. So the other variables to that I won't discuss in this video. And then also the last filing status is qualifying widow with dependent child. So if your husband or if the husband or the wife passed away and you had children in the picture, then you can qualify for qualifying widow with a dependent child on your tax return coming up for the year after the death of the spouse. And so that's how that works. Like I say, this here video is just basic information covering the 5 filing statuses. My go-to resource website is irs.gov. It's a resource site I use. It gives you a whole lot of different training in a whole lot of areas. So if you want to learn some stuff, you want to get good at some things in this industry, then I would recommend you make irs.gov your go-to learning platform for all things concerning income tax preparation. So again, in this video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the bell for notifications so you'll be notified. You get to follow me on my journey. And if you're looking to either already be in this industry and you're ready to shift from working for someone to start your own tax business, reach out to me and see if we can be a good fit for working with one another and me helping you get that done. Or if you're new to this industry altogether and you're looking to maybe using this as a possible career change or starting a career, also reach out to me so I can get with you and walk you through that on a Zoom call on what that's going to take and what that's going to look like for you, so you can get a better understanding of what you're embarking on if you decide to make a career in the income tax preparation industry. And so again, 5 filing statuses, just a basic overview, and I'll see you in my next video.